If your cat is waiting at the entrance when you arrive, do you grasp the true meaning of that behaviour? The majority of owners assume it's basic. My feline missed my presence. Case closed. But that greeting represents one of the most psychologically complex actions your cat performs all day. And if you misinterpret it, which nearly every guardian does without even knowing, you aren't just overlooking a sweet moment, you're missing a profound dialogue your cat saves specifically for you and nobody else. Let's break it down. 1. They are analysing your soul before you utter a sound. Have you ever noticed your feline behaves differently based on the type of day you've endured? That is not a fluke. The very instant you step through that entrance, your cat is scanning you. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition proved that felines can identify human emotional states and actually adapt their actions based on what they perceive. So, when you return home overwhelmed, irritated or worried, your cat already senses it before you even drop your keys. And here's what makes this so captivating. They don't just observe it, they act upon it. If you walk in with high tension, some cats will maintain their distance, not out of indifference, but because they are being cautious. Other cats will take the opposite path and move closer, almost as if they are performing a welfare check on you. It depends entirely on the connection you've fostered. Reflect on that for a moment. Your cat is doing something that most people in your life fail to do. They are paying attention to your authentic feelings, not the mask you wear. But this is just the beginning, because later in this video, I'm going to explain why your cat selected the door as the precise location to perform all of this. And when you discover the logic, it's going to redefine how you view this entire ritual, and it's much more profound than you imagine. 2. They are reclaiming your identity every single time. Ever wonder why your cat pushes their head against your shins the moment you enter? Most people assume it's just their version of a hello, but what's actually occurring is far more strategic than that. Your cat possesses scent glands along their cheeks, their brow, and the root of their tail. And when they lean against you at the door, they aren't just snuggling, they are claiming you. You've been navigating the world all day, absorbing odours from different places, people, food, or perhaps even another pet. And to your cat you return smelling like an outsider. That physical contact is their method of repairing that. They are applying their personal pheromones onto your skin to make you smell like home once more, so you belong back in their world. Researchers refer to this as bunting, and it's one of the most intentional scent-marking behaviours cats possess. And here is the detail most people overlook. If you return smelling like a different cat or dog, that greeting might be longer, more desperate, more demanding. They aren't being needy, they are working double shifts to delete what doesn't belong and put their signature back on you. And hey, if your cat has been meeting you at the entrance this whole time, and you're just now realizing what they were actually communicating, hit like and subscribe so we can educate more owners who had no clue their cat was speaking a language they never learned to interpret. 3. Some greetings are actually lists of demands. What if that sweet greeting at the door isn't actually a greeting at all? I know that's a hard truth to accept, but stay with me on this point. Sometimes when your cat meets you at the entrance, they aren't saying, "I missed you." They are saying, "At last you've returned. Now fix this problem." And frankly, once you learn to recognize the difference, you'll never perceive that moment the same way ever again. Here is the reality. If your cat greets you and then immediately marches toward the kitchen, pauses and looks back at you, that isn't affection. That's a military escort. They are literally guiding you to the food station, because in their mind, your arrival means the kitchen is officially open for business. And it's not just about meals. Some cats will meet you at the door and steer you straight to the litter box, because they've been waiting for you to tidy it up. Others will vocalize without stopping from the second you step inside. Not because they missed your voice, but because their day was dull and you were the only source of entertainment that just arrived. A study from the University of Sussex found that cats have actually perfected a specific kind of cry that mixes a purr with a high-pitched meow, almost mimicking a human baby's distress, specifically to trigger their owners to act faster. They learned exactly how to manipulate you, and they use it the moment you walk in. So, how do you distinguish between a loving greeting and a complaint? Observe the aftermath. A cat that greets you and stays close, that is the heart connection. A cat that greets you and leads you somewhere, that is a formal request. Both are valid, both are communication, but only one is the one you think it is. 4. They have memorized your exact schedule by heart. Did you know your cat can hear your vehicle pulling into the street before you even cut the engine? That might sound exaggerated, but it's actually supported by hard science. Cats can perceive frequencies up to 64 Hz, which is nearly twice as high as what dogs can detect. So, the frequency of your specific car, your distinct footsteps on the pavement, even the specific way you rattle your keys in your pocket, your cat has archived all of it. They aren't waiting at the door by fluke. They heard you arriving several minutes ago. But it goes further than just auditory cues. Cats are incredibly tuned into patterns. They learn what time you stir, what time you depart, and almost to the exact second, what time you reappear. Their internal clock is so precise that researchers at the University of Liverpool found that cats show heightened activity and agitation right before their owner's typical arrival time. They aren't just noticing you're home, they've been performing a countdown. And here is the part that moves me. When you are late, that greeting at the door is different. It's louder, more frantic, sometimes even desperate. Because for the last 20 or 30 minutes, your cat has been dealing with a low-level stress, wondering if the cycle broke, wondering if something catastrophic happened. So, when your cat is already positioned at the door, before you even reach the handle, don't dismiss that. That means your cat has been holding you in their thoughts long before you walked in. 5. Your initial 10 seconds determine the bond. What's the very first thing you do when you step through that door? Be honest. Most people kick off their boots, scroll through their phone, toss their bag, or maybe shout a hello to someone else in the house. And your cat, they're right there staring up at you, and you just walked right over them. Here is why that matters more than you realise. Cats are not like dogs. They won't beg for your attention a second time. When a cat appears at that door, they are offering you a window of connection on their own terms, and if you ignore it, they record that data. Not with resentment, not with drama, they just quietly cease expecting anything from that specific moment. And this is what is so tragic. Over time, some cats stop greeting at the door entirely. Not because they stopped loving you, but because they learn that the ritual doesn't lead anywhere. You arrive, you are preoccupied, and they receive nothing in return. So, they move on before you do. But here is the positive news. It takes almost no effort to get this right. 10 seconds, that's it. Squat down, lower your energy, give them a quiet recognition, let them catch your scent, rub against your hand, do their thing. You don't need to lift them up or make a massive scene. Just be fully present for the duration of one deep breath, and that's plenty. 6. You are their sanctuary and they need you. Remember earlier when I mentioned there's a deeper reason your cat selected the door and not the sofa, the bed, or anywhere else in the residence. This is the truth I was referring to. The door is the most precarious spot in your cat's entire world. It's where the unknown world intrudes. Every noise, every strange smell, every potential predator enters through that one threshold. And your cat understands this better than anyone because they've been guarding it all day while you were away. So, when they sit at that exact spot waiting for your return, they aren't just being charming. They are stationing themselves at the one place in their territory where safety and peril collide, and they are choosing to be there because you are what transforms that spot back into a sanctuary. Ethologists, the scientists who analyse animal behaviour, discovered something profound about this. Many cats view their owner as what's called a secure base. It's the same psychological concept used to explain how a small child feels when their parent returns to the room. Stress levels plummet, cortisol drops, and the nervous system finally finds peace. Your cat is experiencing the same shift. The second you walk through that door, their internal chemistry literally changes because you are home. So, the next time you open that door and your cat is sitting there gazing up at you, realise this. That's not a habit. That's not hunger. That is your cat declaring in the only language they have that you are their peace in a world they don't completely trust. And they've been waiting all day just to feel that security again.